After a full year away, the Chechen wolf, Khamzat Chimaev, returned to the octagon, and with him, the fear returned. In a night of fire and destruction at the United Center in Chicago, the Chechen powerhouse captured the UFC middleweight title from South African champion Dricus Du Plessis after a dominant 5-round performance. This fight marked a turning point in the career of the Wolf, proving once again that he is one of the most dangerous fighters in modern UFC history. The flow of the legendary fight. Round 1. It took Chimaev only 10 seconds to drag his opponent to the canvas, immediately transitioning to the mounted crucifix, completely immobilizing Du Plessis. Rounds 2 and 3. The pattern repeated itself. Relentless pressure, clean takedowns, and suffocating top control, leaving the former champion with no space to breathe or mount any offense. Rounds 4 and 5, Boers kept the same pace, showcasing incredible cardio and physical dominance across the full 25 minutes. Du Plessis made a desperate push late in the fight, but was shut down by Chimaev's airtight defense. Result, a unanimous decision victory for Chimaev, 50-44x3, crowning him the new UFC middleweight champion. We've already analyzed his style. So what about his fighting power? The Chechen Wolf possesses 4 distinctive types of power: explosive power, maximal strength, positional power, grip strength. Let's break down each one. First, explosive power. In short, it's the ability to generate maximum force in the shortest possible time. We've already detailed this in the clip displayed on screen. For Chimaev, this is the force that allows him to shift his combat levels instantly and execute devastating takedowns. Du Plessis was in a ready stance, and suddenly, within the first 10 seconds of round 1, he was on the mat. The secret? Closing the distance at lightning speed, leaving no time for a response or defense. This explosive power isn't limited to wrestling. The Wolf also possesses what is known as knockout power. A prime example came in round 3 when Chimaev landed a heavy left that stunned Du Plessis, proving that at any moment the fight could end. Second, maximal strength. This raw strength enables him to dominate even the physically strongest opponents. In the recent fight, we saw Chimaev lift Du Plessis multiple times and slam him as if his body weighed nothing at all. This type of strength doesn't just inflict pain, it breaks the opponent's morale. Du Plessis, known for his toughness, gradually seemed to lose confidence as he was repeatedly thrown to the canvas. Maximal strength is the foundation of wrestling dominance, the ability to lift, push, and control your opponent's weight, leaving them virtually no way to escape. Third, positional power. Positional power is related to maximal strength, but it relies heavily on experience and timing. Chimaev excels at applying hip pressure and locking limbs, making Du Plessis look like he was trying to crawl out of quicksand. For example, in round 4, when Du Plessis attempted to stand against the cage, Chimaev used shoulder and hip pressure to completely immobilize him, gradually draining his energy. This control is just as dangerous as strikes or takedowns because it exhausts the opponent mentally and physically, leaving him half defeated going into the next round. Fourth, grip strength. Arguably his deadliest weapon. Once Chimaev wraps his arms around the neck or torso, the fight is over. Du Plessis survived multiple choke attempts in rounds 2 and 3, but he emerged gasping for air. Even when the submission didn't end the fight immediately, it drained his energy and weakened his resistance for the remaining rounds. Most wrestlers have defensive options, but with Chimaev's physical power and steel-like grip, escaping becomes nearly impossible. Strength alone isn't enough. As we know, physical power alone doesn't guarantee victory. Chimaev's true edge comes from combining these physical attributes with skill and technique, wrestling, sambo, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. These technical tools allow him to utilize his strength with maximum efficiency and lethality. And finally, the fighting mindset. Mindset is an inseparable part of his power. Chimaev enters the octagon with icy composure and unwavering confidence. In yesterday's fight, despite Du Plessis' desperate offensive attempts in round 5, Chimaev handled them as if in a training session, calm, collected, and unshaken. Even before the fight, through his fiery statements, he waged a psychological war aimed at breaking his opponent from the inside out before the bell even rang. From a psychological perspective, this isn't arrogance. It's a smart strategy to dominate both mentally and physically. With his dominant victory over Du Plessis, Khamzat Chimaev has cemented his status as one of the most dangerous fighters in UFC history, a relentless wolf without mercy, seeing every opponent as nothing more than the next prey on his path to greatness. But the hunt is far from over. Having finished the job against Du Plessis, the Chechen wolf now sets his sights on the ninja, Israel Adesanya, a warrior hungry for redemption, determined to reclaim his throne. The stage is set, and the hunt continues.